It'll play the. Oh my gosh. Where'd my applause go? There it is. There it is.
There we go.
Everybody should travel with their own applause crowd with them. So, folks, it's Friday. It's 4 o'clock. That means it is time for your Austin LGBT Chamber live show. Be sure to join us and join in on the conversation by putting comments down below. Again, it's a live show. I'm going to be joined here in a minute with my counterpart and partner in crime here at the Chamber, Steve Markle. But if you are watching live, then you can drop in some comments and we'll bring some things up to the screen. We'll talk today about the craziness that is the Texas legislature. We'll also talk about our Pride in Local Music Festival. We'll spill some tea, I'm sure, in general, and then play a big queer trivia and have a good time here on the show. But be sure to join in with some comments if you're watching out there. But welcome, Steve.
Thank you. So I'm happy to be back.
There you go. You got your own. They like you.
It sounds so good.
So our office is a few blocks away from the state capitol, for those of you who don't know. And the state capitol this session, as I say every session, that this is the worst session ever. This is the worst session ever. 170-something anti-LGBT bills. A phenomenal number of bills. Our statewide coalition met a few weeks ago at the Capitol, and then we are up there as a group, as a staff, representing the statewide organization on these bills, both speaking on them, what's called dropping a card, which back in my day was the actual physical card, but being able to express support. So if you're watching and you're concerned or you're nervous about how that process works, we're here for you. We're here for you. Our friends over at Equality Texas and Ricardo and his team do a great job prepping folks. So there are plenty of people to show you how you can be an advocate for what's going on at the state capitol.
Yeah, if you've got a lunch hour and you're downtown, give us a shout. I know Colton and Amy walk down to the Capitol and file their cards during the lunch hour and sometimes show other people how to do it. So we're here for you.
Yeah, we'll give you some of the lowdown, but some of the crazy things that are happening down there, and it's almost hard to see which one's bubbled to the top. But the healthcare bill, which is widely known as the Iverson bill, you can see by the photo on the screen, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of our friends and family and allies and community out there trying to speak on the bill. Of course, the testimony was closed at a certain hour, so they took to the rotunda, which is what you see on the screen there, as a way to continue the dialogue, since the House didn't want to hear them.
Right.
They were going to rock the House a little bit and be a little loud. And that the issue that we had with like last session, or what was good about last session, is we had legislators who were willing to listen. We haven't seen that this time around. And even those who are willing to listen or might be willing to make an amendment here, they're reluctant. The ones who in the past were like, yeah, we can meet you there, we can get there. There's a real heavy hand at the Capitol this session. And so, to your point, like you have to make your voice heard. And that was a big showing that day. And sadly, we have to keep that drumbeat going.
Yeah, it's hard. You also have to keep your mental health in check too, right? There are so many different bills and so many moments where you can provide support. But if you find yourself going, man, I just can't get down to the Capitol that day, it's okay. Take that time, but then pick your battles, pick your fight. There's going to be several of them in the next 10 weeks. So
sadly, there are going to be several of them in the next 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And they'll, we're, you're right about your mental health, because you can definitely go off the rails and drive yourself crazy.
Right.
Because of all the that are up there.
Those I can't stop.
So, but channel that anger into advocacy. Our board chair, Gary Schumann, testified the other day at the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. It's a very lawyery kind of group that normally handles very kind of judicial things that are
Okay.
happening in the court, and maybe it's more administrative about how a matter is handled. Doesn't normally get into the weeds, but there has been, and Gary has been up there every session that he can be. He has been up there testifying on a bill that was filed this session by a freshman,
Way to go.
a gay man,
Yeah.
and it is to overturn. You're not going to believe this is actually on the books. It is to overturn a state statute that criminalizes homosexuality
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm breaking the law every day
every day.
just by existing.
There were several testimony or folks testifying that had been issued citations for holding hands in public. It is still on the state book, even though the matter was settled by Lawrence v. Texas. Each state still has to go back and change their state code to be in compliance. So right now, the state of Texas, I guess, is breaking the law. Because it is federal law that we are equal, or at least not criminals today.
Well, I feel a little bit better.
So Gary was great. He testified up there on that bill. It will likely go through in the House. The House is very friendly to us. The Senate, not so much, because the Senate is governed by the lieutenant governor, is the head of the Senate. So he is not very friendly to our community, obviously with the over 170 bills that are directed toward us. So I expect this bill to not pass. And this bill not passing actually means that it's still criminalized.
Right.
You could get a ticket for holding hands in public. It's homosexual act, and act is pretty widely defined. I ventured up there. I have very much a resting face going on this picture. But we were testifying along with some of our friends and colleagues over on the Senate side in the State Affairs Committee, a bill on the drag tax. The bill is about, it's supposed to be the way the senator laid it out. It's about drag combined with nudity in the presence of a child. But nudity is also pretty loosely defined. And it finds a business. So if you're a restaurateur and you have a show on the patio and somebody complains and files or calls the police on you, as a restaurant owner, you're paying up to a $10,000 fine. So for a state that used to be open for business,
Yeah.
to have them say, we're going to fine you for having a drag show. And then we'll figure out the definition of all that later. And we were there for the vast majority of the day, which is why I have the resting face on in this picture.
Well, thank you for being there.
It's been a session, man. It's been a session for all of our friends that are out there and up there. Look at this photo. I mean, that's our community coming out, and that's what we need to continue to see. Email your legislator. We've got action alerts. Sign up on our newsletter so that you know what's going on, and you're on our alert system. That way, you can just send in your information and let them know. But we've sent in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails specific to your legislator. That's how our system works. So if you're watching from anywhere outside Austin, you can still sign up at your Austin chamber, your LGBT chamber, and get that information. And all those advocacy alerts go to your exact elected official.
And I do want to say thank you to all of our members that have been at the Capitol the last 2 weeks. I've seen lots of photos of extragrams going out there.
Her testimony was great.
Yeah,
She did a fantastic job. Carrie Lynn,
Oh, yeah.
well done.
Way to go, Carrie Lynn. But we've seen people from Family Elder Care, members from Family Elder Care have been out there, other orgs, lots of other orgs.
Lots of other Texas or Equality Texas. I think Ricardo just lives at the Capitol.
Oh, man.
I don't know where he showers, but I'm pretty sure he lives there.
Ricardo, you've got a box of Tiff's treats coming your way sometime soon.
Oh, yes. A box of whatever you want.
I mean, whatever you want. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I will send anything your way. The work that Equality Texas is doing up there is really fantastic. And then our statewide chambers come down when we need them. I had a gentleman from the Dallas, North Texas LGBT chamber came down to testify, and he stayed all day. He had driven in flown in from a different state because he was out with business, flew into Austin, stayed here all day from 8 in the morning until 5 when he and I finally were called to testify. We were one after the other. And then he flew back to Dallas the next morning. I mean, this is a small business owner who's taken time and money and expense to come down to Austin to testify. And he's an ally, mind you. He's not even a gay-owned business.
Yeah.
He's a guy that owns Hamburger Mary's franchise and routinely employs performers in his restaurants. And he's like, I can't, this is what we do. This is part of the shtick of a Hamburger Mary's franchise. And so he was great. He was eloquent. He hit them with the fact that he was a veteran and served his country and fought for the freedoms for us to have and not to be told what to do and what not to do in our place of business, and certainly not to be fined for it.
Right.
All right. That's some heavy stuff.
Well, we had one of the artists from Pride and Local Music last year was actually down there and testified, Caleb DeCasper.
Caleb was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some important things to say, and it's important to hear from our artists too.
Yeah.
There were so many local drag queens that also came down and just spoke from their heart. So
There were. Gilbert, if you're watching out there, darling, you were great. He showed up and I think shocked everybody. He presented his Gilberts and
yeah.
I don't think some of the legislatures were ready for that. I don't think some of the lawmakers. There was one guy that kind of pulled himself back from the table when Gilbert held up his persona, his drag persona. And
Yeah.
I don't think they were like, oh my gosh, I just would have assumed you were just one of us
Right.
walking the street. Yeah. Yes. So testify. If you're not comfortable testifying, join in with us. We'll put you on our action alert so that you know what to do and where to be. But that's some. Let's just shake it off.
Okay.
Let's just get into a different groove. Let's play a little air tambourine.
All right.
That's got a good groove.
I
to
like it.
So we do manage to have fun as a chamber. We do manage to get together and network and educate and create that community. So we just give you highlights of some things that are coming up. I'm going to kind of keep that jam going in the background.
Yeah, it's nice.
Monthly luncheon. What do we got? What's on tap?
Monthly luncheon for April is going to be at the pub next week, and we're going to be hearing from our friends over at the Blanton Museum of Art, talking about what's up in their spring collection and what they're offering to the residents of Austin and beyond Central Texas. It's going to be a fun moment. We're also going to talk a little bit about Pride and Local Music. There might be a special announcement at the luncheon.
The folks at the Blanton knock it out. There's never been a time that I've gone to an exhibit there and been disappointed.
It's amazing.
They curate some really, really great artwork. So, yeah, come on out and listen to what the Blanton has to say. It's going to be where?
At the pub on 4th.
The pub on 4th, across from all of our lovely bars.
Yeah, Oil Cans and Rain. And
the
all of
owners of the pub are great. They are super allies. Right? You've got people that say, oh, I'm an ally. Like, well, I don't know what that means sometimes. But these guys, like, really go for it. They are knee-deep in our community, supporting our community, at the ready, hiring. They have performers that are on their payroll constantly. So, yeah, I'm glad we're going to go to the pub. Plus, it's an Irish pub. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, and we had lunch there today. The food was excellent.
It's always good.
Yeah.
Coming up also, save the date for June 24th, Pride in Local Music. If you're not familiar, what is Pride in Local Music?
Pride in Local Music started 4 years ago during the pandemic, right? And it's really here to feature all of the Central Texas LGBTQ artists. It gives them a platform to perform on a stage that maybe they haven't been to before, or a larger venue, and really just supports the creative economy here in Austin. Last year we were at the Long Center, and I'm not going to divulge where we're going this year, but it's going to be really, really cool. And, we have a marketplace where we feature a bunch of local allied and LGBTQ owned businesses,
right,
makers. The Little Gay Shop helps program that. And we've got some things up our sleeves. So I can't divulge too much because I'm still working out some of the finer details, but I'm really, really excited about it.
So some of these artists that we've had and featured in the past
Yeah.
at Pride and Local Music. So if you're an artist playing at a festival, playing at a thing, is building your professional CV.
Yeah.
Just like when you and I work somewhere, we list it.
Mm-hmm.
We've had, this will be our fourth one. So we've had 3 before.
Yeah.
Where have some of our artists gone?
Oh my gosh. Many of them have been to ACL, right? And the festival circuit, which includes
Nice.
Lollapalooza, probably Bonnaroo. We've seen lots. Last year we had Melissa Carper, who I think was
So good.
probably one of the standout.
So good. So unexpectedly.
Yeah, yeah. It was amazing. Heartfelt. Everybody left feeling something from that performance.
Yeah.
And we've seen Melissa kind of just blow up, right?
Yeah.
She's touring all over the nation. People get picked up, whether for their own tours or to be
Yeah.
supporting acts for another major label, major artists. So
I'm a firm believer in the arts because I have 0 artistic talent. But what we're good at as a chamber is helping stand up and kind of create a business out of what they do. So what they do is not a side hustle.
right.
So not only do we have the musicians on stage, but because Austin is a really creative community, we have the creative marketplace where our makers and creators will be available. They were available last year at the Long Center. I forget, we had 30, 40 artisans there.
Yeah. Right in I think it was like 32 if you're looking for the real number.
Okay.
For Big Queer Trivia later down the road. Having those local artisans really, it gives the festival a little bit more flavor. And I think it was one of my favorite parts last year was just seeing all the things that these creative people make and
Yeah.
do, you know? I wish I could do any of that. Yeah, I can't do any of it.
That's
you know?
why we host the festival, my friend.
That's right. I'm not a painter. I can't do cross stitch.
No, I can't do any of that.
Yeah. So we're giving space for all those people, and I'm really excited about it.
But save that date for June 24th for Pride in Local Music. It will be one for the books. It is. You mentioned Big Queer Trivia.
Okay. Are we
And
there? Is it that time already?
I'm feeling a Friday. It's
Okay.
coming on.
All right.
All right, let's see what's in store for you. You're gonna have.
I'm worried.
Okay, Big Queer Trivia. The way this works is Steve gets 3 questions, multiple choice, because let's face it, you're pretty.
Yeah. Keep going.
And
I'm
there's-
pretty in what? What else? What else?
You don't really win anything. Just my ever loving adoration or
Okay,
my
I'll take it.
snickers and jeers if you don't do well.
Snickers. Oh, wait. You're talking about a different type. All right. I'll take it. Let's go.
All right. Do I have any fun, like, a little game show music in the background? All right. So I did these questions like early in the week, so I might not, because I'm of an age,
Okay.
remember the answer.
All right.
So this could be fun for both of
There
us.
have been several meetings this week.
Who was the first openly gay man elected into office in California?
Oh, California.
Was it? It's where we're all going to move after the session. So,
Okay. All right. I'm down.
Gavin Newsom, Harvey Milk, or Merv Griffin?
Let's see. I don't know. Let me think. Was it Harvey Milk?
Yay!
There we
Get
go.
the
Of
Harvey
course,
Milk.
like I would get my gay card removed if I got that one wrong.
All right, next up for you.
Although Gavin's Gavin's a great person.
No, but he dated or was married to
I don't know.
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Oh, really?
Isn't that bizarre?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Now that's a queer trivia question.
That's crazy.
Well, queer in a different way. You know.
I don't know. Part of my respect level, I think, just went down when I read that.
Yeah. All
Anyway,
right.
back to trivia. All right, so you got the first question right.
Yay.
Let's see, where are we at? Which television program featured an openly gay character? First one to feature an openly gay character. Was it The Ellen Show, Friends, or Soap? We were just talking about Friends today.
Oh my gosh.
If you saw, right? Jennifer Aniston made a comment, right? I'm totally paraphrasing, but basically, Friends was inappropriate. Friends was, if it was played today in the exact form,
It would be
it would not be firing on all
right.
pistons.
Yeah, the show would be canceled.
They would need new friends.
Yeah. Well, I remember the big deal with the Ellen show, but I would hope that there was, I don't know. I'm going to go with Ellen. Although I want it to be Soap.
What's your final answer?
Ellen. Oh no. My
It was
winning
Soap.
streak. Oh, see?
That's so for you
Dang
youngins
it.
out there.
Dang it.
I don't know if Soap is playing somewhere, but man, I hope it is on like streaming somewhere. The show was hysterical.
Yeah.
Wildly inappropriate.
I watched it as a child.
Yeah, that's why you are the way you are. It was that influence that did it right there.
There we go.
I wanted the power of that guy that just kind of made himself disappear. It'd be great. You're just in a meeting you want to be in, but I'm out.
Soap. Dang it.
So
That's the first wrong question I've got in over a month, right? Because I was on a winning streak.
you were. And then I took you back to the 80s. So now I know that's your weakness.
Ooh, well, I'm old too. I can't remember half. I forgot my glasses the other day. I had to wear my sunglasses.
Were they on your
all
head?
day.
Have you done that
Oh,
yet?
well, yeah, in the car.
All right, so your last one for one. Maybe you can redeem yourself
Okay.
on this one.
Oh, gosh.
It does have to do with sport, but it's swimming.
Okay.
But there's a chance for you.
All right. Okay.
Which openly gay athlete won Olympic gold medals in 82 and 84 in diving? Was it Greg Louganis? Was it Kris Jenner? Or was it Dana Torres?
I'm gonna go with Louganis.
Well, that's really fast. Like you think that.
I remember
won.
being very upset as a child that I wasn't in the pool when he was diving. No, no. I remember that what happened to Greg. I don't know what year it was, but he was denied diving, right? Or there was some weirdness about HIV.
Yeah,
in
I
Greg
think he had
Louganis.
cracked his nugget coming off of a diving board.
And they were like, "Oh
They
my God,
freaked
there's
out.
blood in the pool."
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So let's see what the survey says.
And Chris, please give me a Kris Jenner. Oh my God.
Yay!
Yeah, Greg Louganis. We all love Greg Louganis. He also had a beautiful smile, and when he was in interviews,
very
he just was so authentic and real. He was one of my first heroes.
Yes, he's such a sweet man. Well, you did great today. You got
you.
2 out of 3 today.
All right,
I'm
I'll
loving
take
that for
it.
you.
I'll take it.
Now, that just means that you're going to screw something up over the weekend. So if you do badly on the quiz, then that means the weekend's going to be great. There's an upside.
Okay. Well, get
But-
ready, Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis, we need you to chime in and chat with us.
Yeah.
It's been a week. We're about halfway through the session. Hang tough, folks.
Yeah.
Between the federal stuff that's happening and the state stuff, stay engaged, stay involved. If you don't know what to do, come join us. Come visit us at the luncheon. Get to know friends, family, and do business with each other. If you want to be on the show, if you want to join us as a member on the show, you can email us at info@Austin LGBT Chamber of Commerce. But have a great week.